Scores and news from the English Premier League. Spanish La Liga, France League 1, Germany Bundesliga, Italia Serie A, Nigeria Premier Football League, Formula 1, basketball, tennis, boxing, all day long. Tune in now where sports belong on your super dial. Every day, every week, makes you smile. Just like the way it's a beat. For the love of sports, our passion is complete. Sport today, with all headquarters, reactions speak louder. Just for you, honor 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere.
Alright, whenever you hear the sound, you know it's about time to talk sport on Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan, the biggest sporting platform in the city of Ibadan. Good afternoon to you, sport fans. Wherever you are on the face of the planet listening to the sound of my voice right now, I say welcome to another edition of the program Sport Today. This is the sports headquarters on Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan. We are broadcasting live right here from Bodija in the heart of the Asian city of Ibadan. Of course, we are back in the studio to do what we are passionate about, which is, of course, to bring you up to speed with latest updates, breaking news, and every story making the round in the exciting world of sports. With detailed, insightful, and unfiltered analysis. Even as we try as much as possible to break every story down to your understanding and listening pleasure. Samuel Akintunde is my name, but you know you can call me the city boy. And we are back again to do justice to every story making the round in the exciting world of sport. Of course, you can join us on Facebook. It is Honor 103.5 FM. You can be part of the program. Drop your comments and share the program for others to enjoy. Actions in the English Premier League last night. Match day 27 of the English Premier League last night. We saw 5 games that went down last night. Liverpool got the maximum points at the Anfield Stadium without their manager and his lord at the dugout. Goals from the both of Dominic Szoboszlai and McAllister were enough for Liverpool to extend their lead over Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table to 13 points. 10 more games to go for Liverpool. Can we call them champions-elect in the English Premier League already? Not a good one for Arsenal Football Club at the City Ground yesterday. They were unable to get the job done. It ended goalless at the City Ground between Arsenal FC and Nottingham Forest. For Manchester United yesterday at the Old Trafford Stadium, they struggled with 10 men and they got the job done eventually. 3-2. It ended courtesy of the header, the winning goal from Harry Maguire. And they now moved with 14 position on the log with 33 points. For Manchester City, goals from the boot of Erling Haaland was enough for them to get the maximum points away from home, and they are back to top 4. Also, actions in the Nigerian Premier Football League. We saw 8 games played across different centers in Nigeria. Shooting Stars picked a valuable point away from home in Aba to actually reduce the gap between them and the table leader, talking about Raymond Stars. It is now 9 points clear between league leader Raymond Stars and Shooting Stars Sport Club of Ibadan. Raymond Stars lost to Nasarawa United in the city of Lafia yesterday. For the reigning champions, Ranger International, it was an easy victory for them at the Cathedral Stadium yesterday. They won that game against Sunshine Stars of Akure, 3-0. Niger Tornado recorded the only away victory yesterday. They went all the way to Lobby Stars and they got the job done, 2-0 against Lobby Stars. Same story for struggling Lobby Stars, who are rocking the bottom of the Nigerian Premier Football League table. Even with their new manager talking about Muhammadu Baba Ganaru, they are still unable to get the job done yesterday. Also, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria, talking the under 20 team of Nigeria, they actually won the first of their 2 international friendly matches against the Young Elephant of Côte d'Ivoire. Yesterday, it ended goalless in preparation for the under 20 African Cup of Nations that will take place later in April this year. So many talking points, like I said. Also, Real Madrid went away from home. They got the job done against Real Sociedad without their talisman, Kylian Mbappe. It was Endrick who scored the only goal for Real Madrid as they won the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final against Real Sociedad last night. Joining me in the studio this beautiful afternoon is Ebonluwa to dissect and make sense of every story making the round, especially to actually review action that went down in the English Premier League last night, March 27. Like I said, Liverpool got the job done, maximum point for the Anislot boys, and they are 13 points clear of the Premier League table. Good afternoon to you, Ebonluwa. Glad to have you back in the studio.
Good afternoon, City Boy. Glad to be back in the studio again today.
Now let's talk about actions in the English Premier League that we saw across different centers last night. Let's begin from the Anfield Stadium with Liverpool. Liverpool, they are unstoppable. They are unstoppable. Can we even call them the Champions League? Let me just put it to you. Can we call Liverpool the Champions League? Because it's just 10 games remaining for Liverpool. They have played 28 matches and they are topping the Premier League table with 13 points. Can we call that the Champions League already?
Definitely, I think it's clear that there's no team in the league that can stop them. And even if all the teams decide to do whatever they can to stop them, it's probably too late already. Like we were saying yesterday, and slots not being in the doghouse was not going to be an issue.
Yes, it wasn't. It wasn't.
They're a tidy team, ready to be efficient on the pitch to get the job done whenever they can. So, easy win, simple win, straightforward win, plus a clean sheet too.
Plus a clean sheet.
So, no problem for them there. Newcastle, done and dusted. They'll be looking forward to their remaining games. If you check their matches for the rest of the season, apart from the PSG game in the league, they don't really have anybody you can describe.
They have 10 more games to go in the Premier League, and 6 of these 10 games are going to be played at Anfield Stadium. This is an advantage for Liverpool.
I think definitely as soon as it's mathematically possible, they are going to clean sheet. The only thing I see is it's probably just going to happen earlier than people think, because Arsenal will probably keep dropping points as the matches keep coming. They play Arsenal in the 3rd game before the end of the season. I think by that time they will have secured.
Exactly. Liverpool in the last 5 matches, they played last 5 matches in 15 days. 2-2 draw against Everton in the Merseyside derby, 2-1 victory against Wolverhampton Wanderers, 2-2 draw at the Villa Park, 2-0 victory against Manchester City at the Etihad on Sunday, and 2-0 victory against Newcastle, the Magpies, last night at the Anfield Stadium. They picked 13 points. Yeah, 13 points out of 15 possible points. They just dropped. How many points did they drop? They just dropped. Yeah, they picked 13 points out of a possible 50. They won 3 games and they played 2 draw in the last 5 games. That's incredible for Liverpool. I mean, you just look at them; they've been very, very good. And do you think, talking about Arsenal, they've been knocking at the door. They've been trying. Well, they failed to get the job done at the City Ground yesterday. What can you even talk about that match?
There's no door for Arsenal to knock on again, because right now the gap is 13 points.
13 points clear.
And the way, if Liverpool were doing on and off, you can see okay, there's a chance. But Liverpool have been highly effective. The last game they lost in the league, now that I check, was way back.
That was against Nottingham Forest.
Yes, way back against Forest.
Against Forest.
September
last year.
September 14. That was the last time they lost in the league. Since then, they've just been winning a few draws here and there. So
they picked 11 points in their last 5 games.
I think Definitely, you can.
It's
just,
done and
you can
dusted.
call them champions.
Champions
already.
elect. Okay, let's talk about Arsenal games at the City Ground yesterday. It ended goalless. We know Arsenal are struggling because of the injury setback. I mean, the likes of Bukayo Saka, who has been out for a number of weeks now, up to 2 months. Kai Havertz also, who has been coming who have been coming up for them to actually play in that number 9 role. Is also out. Gabriel Jesus, quite a number of attackers. Injury setback here and there for Arsenal. But can you attribute their poor run of games, or let me say their struggling at the moment, to injury setback, or it's just that they lack the mentality to actually get over the line and get the job done?
I just don't. I don't think they have a team that is worthy to be crowned champions of the Premier League. They have a few, good players here and there. Saliba, Saka.
Their defense is very solid.
Yeah, their defense is solid, but quality all round, they are lacking a lot, especially
in the attack.
Bukayo Saka is the only player there that you can say is completely reliable
A
as
quality
a
player.
world-class
Yes.
coach. So, and then the unfortunate part is Arsenal have not been able to make any form of recruitment. Even in the past few windows, they've been signing defenders and defensive midfielders and then you'll be wondering why haven't they bolstered this attack? Arteta will tell you that they've been trying, they've not just found a fit. But I think it's been very disappointing because you will have been thinking, okay, this is the season after finishing twice in a row. Now that Man City has slipped up, this will have been the season they would have thought, okay, maybe we would have been champions. But credit to Liverpool to have been very, very good from the start.
Now their failure to actually reinforce the attack during the winter summer, will you blame the management, or you put the blame on the coach, Mikel Arteta?
No, you definitely can't blame the coach because you know that the coach wants to make attacking signings.
Did he make any request?
He will have definitely made requests. They were looking at, they made a bid.
But he was telling us that
they made a bid for Oli Watkins. The bid was rejected, and they're also looking at other possible targets such as Benjamin Sesko,
even sometime Alexander Isak.
Yes, so but you definitely know that the strikers on the market are all expensive,
and they are not.
To make a deal in January would have been difficult. But you know that there's a chance that he wanted an attacker in the summer.
But some will even argue, that they should have actually made offer for attackers, for world-class strikers in the summer, not just going into the new season without a world-class striker.
Definitely.
So why waiting? Why did they have to wait until winter transfer?
It is a question for the management of the team, the board of directors and them. But I know Arteta will they have been disappointed. In the summer, he had to settle for Raheem Sterling. And Raheem Sterling has not been that good at all, to be honest. So in the summer, they are definitely thinking, okay, make or break, we definitely have to bring in a striker.
Now, very quickly, can we attribute their struggling this season, their failure to actually, go all the way and get the job done this season, because they've been coming close every season? Can we say that it is as a result of the fact that they were unable to get a world-class attacker?
I mean, yes. But then again, you won't say they've been completely struggling because Arsenal are not having a bad season.
Now let me tell you, according to the Premier League table now, Liverpool 67 points after 28 matches. Arsenal second with 54 points. That's 13 solid points separating them from the table leader. Now, Arsenal are more closer to the fourth position, 47 points, that's Manchester City, than they are to the number one. Look at that. Look at that stat.
If you check,
they're just 7 points separating.
In the top four, Arsenal have scored the third most goals. So you can't say the attack is really, really the problem.
So what is the problem of Arsenal?
Well, the problem of Arsenal is just that their team is not. You can say mentality is a part of it, but I don't think their team just has that energy.
Aside from me, in my own opinion, I believe aside from the fact that they do not have that energy, talking about the mentality and all of that, we still need to talk about the resources available for Mikel Arteta. You cannot win the Premier League without a world-class striker. You need players that can score goals, that can produce 20-plus goals every season. Look at what Mohamed Salah is doing for Liverpool. Look at what Erling Haaland is doing for Manchester City. Arsenal cannot point to a player, a target man, that can guarantee them goals.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Arteta will also be very disappointed at their lack of recruitment. But I just think that balance. If you look at the team balance, Arsenal just don't have what it takes to be Premier League.
That's
champions.
just it.
Yes, definitely.
That's just it.
Compared to the teams around them, like Manchester City, even though they've been bad this season.
Manchester City are very, very bad this season, but they are still fourth on the log. Just 7 points separating them from Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. So they'll be disappointed to finish second 3 seasons.
3 seasons in a row.
You know, they had that chance to win.
And then Arne Slot is coming in his debut season and winning the Premier League. That's even a slap on Mikel Arteta's face.
Well, Liverpool have a better score than Arsenal, to be honest.
But you cannot say that at the beginning of the season when Arne Slot is just coming.
Yes, definitely. People were not expecting Liverpool. I don't think
nobody expected them. Nobody even gave them the chance to be title contender.
Exactly, but you know, when you have a good team, you have a good coach, and you have Liverpool have won the Champions League before, so they have the players, they have the drive. So I think Arsenal will just be disappointed. They should just try their best. I mean, Champions League, I don't think anybody sees them winning.
But very quickly, we need to go pay some bills now. We are due for our first commercial break. When we come back, we talk about Manchester United getting a very slim victory against Ipswich Town with 10 men yesterday. Also, we talk about Manchester City going away from home to get the job done against Tottenham Hotspur. These and many more after the break, because we also talk about the action that went down in the Nigerian Premier Football League yesterday, talking about the match day 26 of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Shooting Stars, like I said, picked a point away from a valuable point at the Aba Township Stadium yesterday. These and many more after the break. Stay with us.
On the 103.5 FM.
You fit, you fit, you fit, you fit, you fit fly.
Hello there. Are you thinking of embarking on a journey to any country in Europe, America, South America, Asia, Australia, or wherever you may desire in the world for education, tourism, business, or what have you, and you are confused on how to go about it? You Fit Fly is your go-to company that will help you realize your dream. That is why you're enjoined to talk to us at You Fit Fly for seamless flight reservation, hotel reservation, educational consulting, visa processing, airport transfer, special vacation, travel insurance, holy pilgrimage, and international conferences. Visit us today at Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0901 111 1190. Website youfitfly.com. At YouFitFly, your travel logistics will be sorted out seamlessly.
Assalamu alaikum gbogbo mùsùlùmí mùsùlùmọ́ láti lékún níṣẹ́ olóore kẹ́mi wo sì lè bá súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba láàsíwájú sí ìkànnì yìí ọ̀nà 103.5 FM pè wá síbi wá sí ìta gbangba ọlọ́dọọdún wa ti ìjìrà 1446 pẹ̀lú àkòrí bí a ṣe lè ṣe déédéé láàrin ìgbé ayé ìjẹ́ mùsùlùmí àti ìgbé ayé ọmọnìyàn lóde òní ọjọ́ 5 oṣù kẹta ọdún yìí ni yóò wáyé o lọ́fíìsì wa tó wà ní nọ́mbà 39 òpópónà Adébàjò Kòǹgí Bódìjà nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 12 ọ̀sán 12 p.m. oníwàásí ọjọ́ náà ni Alhaji Sheikh Ismail Adékúnlé gbàmọ́ládàá tí wọ́n sì mọ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Alhaji Ọ̀tọ̀lórin Lawal alága the Patriotic Chamber ni yóò mọ̀ jẹ́ alága ọjọ́ náà. Lára àwọn àlejò pàtàkì ọjọ́ náà ni Alhaji Kazeem Ayọ̀bámi Ọláníyàn CEO Ọmọlá Travels and Tour wá sí ìta gbangba ìjìrà 1446 sí ìkànnì ọ̀nà 103.5 FM lọ́jọ́ 5 oṣù kẹta. Ọlọ́run Allah ò ní dùn wá ní ládàá rẹ o. Má sàlám.
On the 103.5 FM.
All right, welcome back from that quick time out. The program is Still Sport today on Honor 103.5 FM with yours truly, Samuel Akintunde, popularly known as City Boy. Eboluwa is still very much available in the studio with me, and we are talking about the possibility of Arsenal, winning the Premier League. Is it very possible for them? When Mikel Arteta was asked before that game against Nottingham Forest at City Ground yesterday if he's going to give up on the title chase, he said over his dead body, but realistically, 13 points separating Arsenal as we speak from Liverpool, the table topper. Now let's talk about, very quickly, let's talk about the game between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City last night. Erling Haaland was the difference maker. He changed the game. He made the difference yesterday. They got the job done. It was a very slim victory for Manchester City, but they needed it to get back to winning ways. What are your thoughts about Manchester City this season?
generally disappointing season. I think everybody knows that and agrees with that already.
Honestly, because this is not the kind of title defense they would have wanted. I mean,
Yeah, but
struggling,
you
but they are
can-
still on the they are still in the
I
in the
think
top four.
if any team can be allowed to play nonsense, it's Man City.
Mm.
They've won the league
4 times in a row
5 times in the last
in the last 6 or 7
so
years.
they are doing well. They will definitely be thinking let's finish in the top
In the
four.
top four. That should be their main
considering-
target.
Considering the season they've had,
Honestly,
top 4 will not be
bad, in quotes.
bad, exactly. So next season they'll be looking to get their stuff,
Their
looks
balance.
together and then push to be champions again, and they'll probably be in the mix, maybe first or second again next season.
Now, Manchester United against Ipswich, very quickly. It was a very, very tense game at the Old Trafford. It was an eventful night, a very busy night at the Old Trafford. Ipswich took the lead in the first 5 minutes. They took the lead, courtesy of that, miscommunication between Patrick Dogu and Andre Onana. It was a gift for me. It was a gift for Ipswich. But they bounced back. They scored. They equalized very early. But another blunder again from Andre Onana. They were down again, and Patrick Dogu, before you know it, was sent off. But Manchester United fought back. Even with 10 man, they still went ahead and get the job done. What can you say about this mentality? I mean, they recorded their first win in the month of February. Their first Premier League
They
win.
should be very, very grateful that they were able to win this game, honestly. Considering the fact that Ipswich dominated
The context of that game.
Yeah, not dominated, but they were very, very ready to fight back to back with United, and then they went down, but they were able to win.
I mean,
score early in the second half.
Early in
and
the
then
second half.
Even though
Harry Maguire's header.
Ipswich pushed a lot after that red card, but they were very lucky.
They were very
So I
resolute at the
think
back.
Amorim would just be relieved to
A huge relief, honestly,
Yes,
because they are
they are-
currently 14th on the log.
If they had lost to Ipswich,
It would have been a
very
disaster. It
disappointing.
would have
Yes,
been
definitely.
a very big disaster.
It
Like
would
I
have-
said, they recorded their first Premier League win in the month of February, on
Yeah.
the 26th of February. That's crazy.
It's bad.
It's
bad.
very, very bad.
very
It's not the standard of Manchester United.
But they'll be happy to finally have a win
Mm,
because they had been winless in the last 3.
mm.
So with 2 losses and 1 draw.
Now, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, said something yesterday, and it was the man of the match yesterday. He produced a masterclass performance yesterday. The 3 goals came directly from his set pieces. And let me tell you for a fact, the last 6 goals scored by Manchester United have come from Bruno Fernandes' set pieces. This guy has been the different maker for Manchester United. Has been their talisman. He's the captain and is rising to the occasion. He's taking the responsibility of the captain. Now he said something about Ruben Amorim's tactics and style of play yesterday after that game. He said that they know that it's going to be very difficult, but they cannot but do what the manager wants them to do. That they believe in his style, that despite the hula baloo, despite the struggling at the moment, they still believe that they still believe in Ruben Amorim's style. Now I want to ask you, do you see Manchester United thrive next season if potentially they can finish in the best possible way this season? Do you think they can do very well? They can do exploit next season under Ruben Amorim with this system?
If they sell a lot of players and bring in a lot of players that can play the system, then they will definitely do better. I don't think one season is going to be enough for Man.
It's not even up to a season. Don't forget it was brought in
even
mid-season.
Yes, even next season too. Because this playing 3 at the back with this defensive style is difficult for most teams, and especially for something that is not the Manchester United culture.
The culture,
A
yes.
lot of journalists have been asking Amorim to change his style and just adapt for the rest of the season.
But I like the fact that he's not ready to give in.
He's stubborn in the fact that this is my style.
This
and we are
is
going to
who
play
I
it.
am.
I mean,
This is what has been working for me in the past.
They are struggling, but if he really believes in it, and the club brought him in because
They believe in him.
I mean, we just have to wait and see. I think they will have to spend a lot in the summer, get a lot of players in the attack. Terrible. So, I think if they stick with him,
And they back him in the summer
Postecoglou
with
said,
good recruitment.
like Postecoglou said, if they stick with him for the next 3 years, then they will definitely, elevate back to that Manchester
There will be a
United
shift.
level. Yeah, definitely.
Now let's
I
go.
I don't think it's going to happen fast.
It's going. Yeah, it's definitely going to take time, and the Manchester United know that. Let's very quickly go to Spanish Copa del Rey game, the semi-final, the second semi-final fixture that we saw yesterday between Real Madrid. They traveled to Real Sociedad and they got the job done. It ended 1-0 in favor of Real Madrid. Goals from the boot of Hendrik was the
Yeah,
difference
It was
yesterday.
a very good goal, very good Bellingham assist.
But yeah, Bellingham
These are the
assist.
type of games you just want to go in there, get the job done. They were away from
Despite the
home.
fact that they actually, rest some
Yeah,
players.
they rested some players.
Rested
They
some
were
players.
away from home at a difficult stadium. Andrew Lunin did really well too, the goalkeeper. So you just know that okay, they'll be happy to do this, and then the second leg they'll be thinking, let's just finish the job and get into the final.
In the Coppa Italia last night, the game between Juventus and Empoli, it ended 4-2 on penalties. After the game ended 1-1 in full time, Empoli won that game on penalty 4-2. Another trophy gone for Juventus this season. What can you say about that?
Well, they'll be very disappointing season. This is not why they brought. This is not what they will have expected.
Thiago Motta.
Yeah, this is not after a season with Bologna. This is not what they will have expected. If you check the league too,
They're out of the Champions League.
No, they are currently fourth. They are out of the Champions.
Out of the Champions
but
League.
In the league, they are currently fourth. Even though Lazio and Fiorentina are right behind them.
Right behind them.
So, well, just they will just be thinking
They are going trophyless.
Let's just settle for the Champions League and see what we can do next season.
Very quickly, let's talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League actions that went down across different centers in Nigeria. March day 26 games were played. 8 games were played yesterday. Like I said, Shooting Stars picked a valuable point away from home against Eyimba. It ended 1-1-3. Rangers International, the reigning champions, defeated Sunshine Star by 3-0. Kwara United shared the spoil against Abia Warriors at home. Nasarawa United defeated the table topper, the table leader, talking about Remo Stars. They defeated them by 1-0. And the gap between Remo Stars and Shooting Stars have been reduced to 9 points. Still all to play for. Atlant shared the spoil against Academy Warriors. It ended goalless draw right there in Atlant. Now, Lobby Stars also lost at home to Niger Tornadoes 2-0. That was the only recorded away victory that was recorded yesterday. Kano Pillars also defeated Aqua United by a lone goal. Now, today, Rivers United will be playing against Castina United. A win for Finidi George Boys will take them to the second position because they will equal the points of Shooting Stars. Bendel Insurance also played against Ikorodu City later this afternoon. Very quickly, as we stand in the Nigerian Premier Football League table, Remo Stars still topping by 51 points. Shooting Stars second on the log with 42 points. Just 9 points separating them from Remo Stars. Rangers International third on the log with 41 points. Abia Warriors 40 points. Rivers United 39 points. Like I said, a win today against Castina United will take them to second position with 42 points. This is where we draw curtain on the program today. Ebonliwa, thank you for joining me in the studio. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of the program. Sport Today, we'll be back tomorrow, bigger and better, and we are going to dissect and make sense of every sporting story that we, definitely be making around the exciting world of sports. Samuel Akintunde is my name, but you can call me the City Boy. See you tomorrow. Never drop the ball. The game is far from over.
Music.
That generator carry feelings for we them up.
Sport. Education, culture, impacts, information, varieties, business, entertainment. We have you covered on 103.5 FM.
Hana radio station full of integrity, respect and dignity. To Hana FM.
Honor 103.5 Ibadan.